All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call Halim like how Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and those great millstone peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. All right. The title of this one gonna be we may look young, but our spirits are ancient spirits that go back thousands of years, man. I remember first coming into this truth and just who joking with the dude ain't around no more, but they used to always say, bro, yeah, bro, like 20, 21, 22. And yeah, after you feel old, you had this old ancient spirit on you, man. But it's because the simple fact that, we're actually ancient, in spirit. They have a term called they'll say like you're wise for your years. It's not that you're wise for your years, it's that you're an ancient spirit returning in a younger looking body, but we're all ancient spirits returning, but especially those of you that's in this truth, the Lord activated you to the wisdom of old, so now you tapped into the wisdom of the past, so real quick, is Ecclesiastes 4 and 15 says, I consider that all the living which walk under the sun with the second child that shall stand up in his stead, there is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this is also vanity and vexation of spirit. Now, so there's no end of all the people, right? So the Israelites that's in the Bible, the Israelites, the people of the book, that's us. We are the people of the book. So just like Whitey, he's in the book, as the Edomites, we're in the book as the Israelites. The book is about us, but there's no end to the people. So we're ancient people coming back throughout our generations. Okay, the scriptures say that that we shall teach this word, and it shall not depart out of thy mouth or the mouth of thy seed, meaning you, that's you, coming back, because this is a perpetual statute that we will be keeping throughout our generations, because you keep coming back doing the same things. The same people that attached to this book, Isaiah 59:21, it says, as for me, 20, it says, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, the remnant, said the Lord power. As for me, this is my covenant with them, that said the Lord, my spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, said the Lord, from henceforth forevermore. So this is a perpetual statute that we'll be keeping throughout our generations. So just as Esau, he got his statute, perpetual statute that he keeps, is being a demon and being a homosexual. The scripture said that he had a perpetual hatred and shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. All right? So would that mean that this cracker has always been the same devil, being a murderer and a deceiver? We've always been the same priests and kings and judges and rulers come back. Just that now you're serving slavery in the modern day world, but your ancient spirit, shines forth. Nevertheless, that's why they'll say, "Oh my God, you're young, you're." You're wise for your years. I'm really like 17,000 years old, nigga. What the fuck you thought? You think I'm like 20 something? Like I'm like 1500. I'm like 12,000 years old, nigga. Okay, that's what you gotta understand. All right. Anyways, man. Leviticus 3 and verse 16. The priest shall burn them on the altar. Is the food of the offering made by fire for a sweet savor. All the fat is the Lord. It shall be a perpetual statute for your generations throughout all your dwellings, that ye eat neither fat nor blood. And to this day, you're not supposed to eat fat nor blood, man, as it's commanded to you throughout your generation. So, anyways, Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 13 says, therefore, thus said the Lord power, ask ye now amongst the heathen who have heard such things, for the virgin of Israel have done a horrible, very horrible thing. Will a man leave the snow of Lebanon, which cometh from the rock of the field? Or shall the cold flowing waters that come from another place be forsaken? Because my people have forgotten me, they have burnt incense to vanity, and they have caused them to stumble in their ways from the ancient paths, to walk in paths in a way and not cast up. All right. So my people have forgotten me, they have burnt incense to vanity, and have caused them to stumble in their ways from the ancient paths. So it says that your people have stumbled from the ancient paths to walk in paths which in a way which cast not up. We are now returned to the ancient paths. Prepare your way to the search of your fathers. Job 8 and 8. So we're walking therein to the best of our ability in the new world, but that's old spirit is coming back on the earth, and you're the beginning of that revolution, if you will, on the planet. But Salakia, I got these damn allergies, man. The damn chemtrail been messing you up at this time of year. But nevertheless, the show must go on. So the ancient paths we have forgotten, but now it's evident token that, you know what I'm saying, our spirits are ancient spirits, because they like you for you to be in America in the year 2024, talking about things that happened 2,000-3,000 years ago, you know what I'm saying, with no formal training, education, and the theological, in theological realm, and that's a spiritual thing. The Most High woke up men of all kind of walks of life. You got gangsters in there talking like ancient men, hey, when you read real quick, when you read the book of Acts, the second chapter, the Holy Spirit, it moved at the Pentecost, which is Pentamine 50. So every 50 years you have the Pentecost, right? Which that's another lesson for another day. But what went down right there was a spiritual thing. These men didn't speak the same tongues. They all started speaking the same language, understanding themselves. They heard every man speaking as if it was in the Hebrew tongue. So what that mean? I say that to say that like the Most High today, he's done more marvelous miracles in the sense of, like, he got jailhouse dudes that's teaching the gospel, like really on fire, like really honest, like they're like, because that's their real calling. That's what they was really meant to do, not be a nigga in the world. You just happen to live the circumstance of life. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that you do, but really your real job, your real description, your real lot would be that of a minister of the Father, a man of the Lord. Those of you that just so happen to come into this truth and excel in it, But anyways, Ezra chapter 3 and verse 12, it says, many of the priests and Levites and the chief of the fathers, who were ancient men, that had seen the first house when the foundation of this house was laid before their eyes, wept with a loud voice, and many shouted aloud for joy. so that the people could not discern the noise of the shout of joy from the noise of the weeping of the people. For the people shouted with a loud shout, and the noise was heard afar off. Right. And right now, the ancient men that before the house are shouting once again, as they did before. As they seen that the first house, when the foundation of that house was laid, now the foundation of this house is being laid, okay, which is the third temple, which you're seeing the building blocks being put down, which are these men that's coming in there doing this work. The laborers are plenteous. The work is labors. The work side, the work is plenteous, but the labors are few. All right. Tongue twister. Tongue twister. Okay. It says Ezekiel 9, right? The ancient men that were before the house. Ezekiel 9 and verse 3, and the glory of the power of Israel was gone up from the cherub, whereupon he was to the threshold of the house. Yeah, the house that's being laid right now. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. All right, the angel had said, Lord, go through the midst of the city and go through the midst of Jerusalem and set a mark on the forehead of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the other, he said in my hearing, go ye after him and go through the city and smite and let not your eyes spare, neither have you pity. Slay utterly both old men, old, young, both maids, little children, and women. But come not near any man upon whom is that mark, and begin in my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men, which were before the house. That doesn't mean they began at the old men, They began everybody that looked old. Nah, the ancient men, meaning those men those ancient spirits that's been sighing and crying, for the abomination that be done in the mystery of the Most High said that First Peter 4:17, judgment was beginning in my house first. All right, the judgment is going to begin with the ancient men that were before the house, the first fruits of the spirit, right? All right, that's who's going to be delivered first, and the ones that know that their Israelites going to get judged first. But we're all really truly ancient spirits, but the truly ancient men, are the ones that are being activated first, because the scriptures say that he that open up the matrix belongeth unto the Lord. So the first ones that's leaving the matrix are the ancient men that were before the house. So they're the ones that had that mark of exemption on their foreheads, being delivered from this destruction. But it says that he said, the 7th verse, he said unto them, defile the house, fill the courts with the slain, with the dead, and go ye forth. And they went forth and slew in the city. So these ancient men were spared from that slaughter. All right, but those that are left behind without that mark of exemption will be erased, if you will. But okay, that's the point with that Ezekiel 9 right there. Job chapter 12 and verse 4. It says, but I am as one mocked of his neighbor who calleth upon the Most High, and he answered him, for the just upright man is laughed to scorn. He that is ready to slip with his feet is as a lamp despised in the thought of him which is at ease. It says, the tabernacles of robbers prosper. All right, that's this world. And they that provoke the Most High are secure, into whose hands the Most High bringeth abundantly. But now ask the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea, and it shall declare unto thee, who knoweth not in these things that the hand of the Lord hath wrought all these things, and whose hand is the soul of every living thing, including you, and the breath of all mankind. Doeth not the ear of the try words, and the mouth takes his meat. With the ancient is wisdom. With the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. With him is wisdom and strength, and he hath counsel and understanding. For he break down and cannot be built up again. He shut up a man, and there none can open. Now, it says 16 verse, behold, 15, behold, he hold with whole water, he dry them up. All right. It says 16 verse, with him is strength and wisdom, the deceiver and the deceived are his. He leadeth away counselors, spoiled, and make the judges fools. Now, It says he loosed the bond of kings, which that's what he's going to loosen our bonds, and gird up their loins with a girdle. And he leadeth the princes away, spoil and overthrow the mighty, which he's done right now. 12:12 it says, with the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. With the Most High, the Ancient of Days is wisdom. The Lord said he multiplied visions and used similitudes by his ministry of the servants of the prophets. Hosea 12:10. So with the ancient is wisdom, you know. With the ancient men is wisdom, because the ancient men belong to the Lord. You know, that's who he prayed for, John 17th chapter. You know, that's what he prayed for. I pray for them. I pray not for the world. I pray for the ancient men, that you keep them from this modern age technological bullshit world, man. You know, that's what the Lord was praying for. That, you know, not that you should take them out the world, but that you should just keep them in the world so they can fulfill your will. You know, as long as they're there. Wait 1 second. But the the fact of the matter is that we're not young. You know, they look at you, oh, you're young, you might be young on this earth, but your spirit is an old spirit, man. That's why I gravitate towards old things. Like this word is refreshed, is new, but is old. It's an ancient word, man. It's from the foundation of the world. The scriptures say that the prophets spake from the foundation, spoke the word from the foundation of the world, man. Hebrews, the first chapter, right? Various other um, various other verses, right? Actually, let's go. Let's go with Hebrews, the first chapter. Actually, the Most High, who at sundry times spake by his servants the prophets, right? Hebrews 1:1. It says, the Most High, who at sundry times and diverse manners spake in times past unto the fathers by the prophets, and have in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom he made the worlds. Genesis 1:1. Say, it says, the Elohim created the powers, the angels, and the Elohim, the ancient spirits that was with the Lord, the angels. Okay, the men who were before the house was there creating things. If you be of that number, you was there when the Lord was creating things. Okay, how about that? Okay, that's why it says that the Lord was the only begotten of the Father, the first fruit, and you are the first fruits of the Spirit. When the Lord created everything, he created his spirits. And then he created the earth and all that and everything. But you were already dwelling in the spiritual realm with the Father and everything, you know, before he sent you down here on the earth. It says Hebrews 1:1, who being the brightness of his glory and express image of his person, and the upholding of all things by the word of his power, when he had himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high. The Lord is the express image of the Father. So when they would make it man, they said, let us make him in our image. That's why when you look at the white man, he's not the image of the Most High. The image of the Most High is the Israelite man. Verse 4 says, being so much better than the angels, as he has by an inheritance obtained an excellent name more than they. Now, 7 verse, it says, and of the angels he saith, he maketh his angels spirits and his ministers a flame of fire. That's why they say, oh, you on fire, you on fire. The Lord make his ministers a flame of fire, right? Because those are the ancient men that were before the house, speaking the word from the foundation of the world. Now, Job 12:12, with the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. The Most High said, you keep the word, I'll make you eternal on the earth, right? When you look at our forefathers, man, they was living 969 years like Methuselah, because they was walking with the power. Enoch was walking with the power. That's why he was translated. And we Lord willing, look to be translated as our forefathers did before. And Lord willing, we are those same people coming back. So, anyways, Isaiah 3:1, it says, "For behold, the Lord of hosts doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water, the mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet, and the prudent and the ancient." The Lord Yahweh Shai took the mighty man from you. That's why you got no men left around you. He took the men of war from you. Okay, that's why all you men are sissies. All right, he took your judges from you. That's why wrong judgment does proceed on the earth. And he took your prophets, and he took now he giving them back to you, but he took them for an appointed time. That's why he said, Lo a me, you are not my people. I would not be your God no more. Right? I turn my back from you, like a deserted, like a divorced couple. I ain't fuck with you no more. The Lord wasn't messing with you no more. Isaiah 3:2, right? And the prudent and the ancient. All right. Basically, that's Jake today. The captain of 50 been taken away. The honorable man has been taken away. The counselor, the cunning artificer, and the eloquent orator. Right. The eloquent orator. You got Jake. They can't even read. They can't even talk right. It says, "I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. And the people shall be oppressed, and everyone by another, and everyone by his neighbor. And the child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient." Disorder. 2 Esdras 5:8. It says that menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. All right. Menstruous women is going to bring forth monsters, right? The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable. You got base niggas, base demonic niggas coming up against the honorable. As it says in Jude, the first chapter. They're not evil. They're not afraid to speak evil of dignities. Okay. 6th verse. "When a man shall take hold of his brother in the house of his father, saying, That has clothing be thy ruler, and let this ruin be under thy hand. In that day shall he swear, saying, I will not be a healer, for in my house is neither bread nor clothing. Make me not a ruler over this people, for Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord, to provoke his eyes, the eyes of his glory. To show if their countenance do witness against them, they declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Say ye to the righteous that it be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Woe unto the wicked, for it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given unto him. As for my people, children of their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee, destroy the way of thy paths, and cause thee to err. The Lord stand up to plead, and stand up to judge the people. For the Lord will enter into judgment with who? With the ancients of his people, because he demand much from the ancient of his people. He gonna call on us basically to account for what's going on with Jake. That's why with great power comes great responsibility, right? This is why he put most hell on us, and that's why he talked to us the most. We have the responsibility over the flock, over the people. So the Lord gonna enter into judgment with us. All right. First and foremost, 1 Peter 4:17. It says the judgment must start at the house of the Most High first. The priesthood, the man that's the man before the house, right? That's where the Most High is. That's why he's looking at everybody like that call themselves being in the truth with a fine tooth comb, and that's what they call sifting. All right. Isaiah 3:14. For the Lord will enter into judgment with who? The ancients of his people and the princes thereof, for ye have eaten up the vineyard, the spoil of the poor in your houses. Most of their leaders have caused them to err, right? What mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces and grind the faces of the poor, said the Lord of hosts. All right. Now, yep. The Lord gonna get into judgment with the ancient of his people, right? Jeremiah chapter 5:10 says, Go ye up upon her walls and destroy, and make not a full end, and take her battlements, for they are not the Lord's. For the house of Israel and the house of Judah have dwelt very treacherously against me, saith the Lord. Very treacherously against me. They have belied the Lord and said it is not he. neither shall evil come upon us, neither shall we see sword nor famine. And the prophets shall become wind, and the word, for the word is not in them. Thus shall it be done unto them. Wherefore thus saith the Lord of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and his people wood, and it shall devour them. For lo, I'll bring a nation upon you from very far, O house of Israel, for it is a mighty nation. It is an ancient nation. These white men, these white devils, they're not old. I mean, they're not new. They're old. Where do they come from? They're the same devils oppressing you. I'll bring an old ancient nation against you, you know, a nation whose tongue you can't understand, and neither understand what thou sayest, right? Their quiver is an open sepulchre. They are all mighty men. All right. So again, there's no end to the people. Ecclesiastes 4:16, right? Just like we're ancient people, these other people are ancient, you know. They're coming back too. They're the same devils, you know, that's written of here in these scriptures. Saying nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes, the first chapter. Nothing new under the sun. You know, the prophets. Where are the prophets? There's no more prophets. Everything comes back, man. Where's the prophets? Nobody knows. Who knows? You know? They don't exist no more. We're just in this modern day world where the Most High just abandoned the world. You know, the Most High just abandoned. That's what they would have you think, that he doesn't exist. He's just not real. And the prophets were just some weirdo white men just standing out there looking like Russell Crowe. You know, they just didn't exist. It's all fantasy. You know, nah, it's realer than real, man. It's realer than real. You've met a few in your life. You never knew. So like it, man. You ran across. You've been around, or you ran across you people out there that may or may not watch these videos. You've come across these ancient men. You know, I'm talking about the men of the Lord, and your walk. You know, your path. You know, because the world's a small place, man. You know, it might be big, but it's really small. You know, in the grand scheme of things. You know, so you ain't new. These other nations ain't new either, man. So everybody comes back. Okay. Ezekiel chapter 8 and verse 7. And he brought me unto the door of the court. And when I looked, I behold, there was a hole in the wall. Then he said unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall. And when I had digged in the wall, behold, there was a door. And he said unto me, Go in and behold the wicked abominations that they do here. And I went and saw, and behold, every form of creepy things and abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel protruded upon the wall round about. And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel. In the midst of them stood Jezaniah, the son of Shaphan, with every man his censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went above. And they said unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark? Have you seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark, man? Every man in the chambers of his imagined imagery, but they say the Lord seeth us not. The Lord hath forsaken the earth. That's the mentality of the world, man. That's the, you know, oh, well, you know, the prophets ain't real no more. Look at what the ancients of, it says, look at what the ancients, Son of man, do you see what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark? Every man in the chambers of his imagery, every man in his crib, you know, behind closed doors. What are they doing? You know, they're fucking selling out. They're being wicked. They're worshiping idols. They're popping other men's women. You know, that's the who that's those that sit in the high seats amongst your people. You know, the rich. You know, back then they were doing all kind of wickedness, and today they're doing more wickedness. You know, so it says, and he said unto me, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these that they do. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of the house of the Lord, which was towards the north, and behold, there sat a woman weeping for Tammuz. Okay, that's a harlot, temple prostitute, as you heard brothers say, right? That's what Those are the strange women that flatter with their lips. A woman that's praying for Tammuz. Oh no, oh no, they're over there weeping for Tammuz. They're over there worshiping other idols and doing all kind of shit. When your girl make you try to get you to smoke weed, she's weeping for Tammuz. You know, when she try to let's have a foursome. That's her weeping for Tammuz. Psalms 119 verse 98. Through thy commandments, thou hast made me wiser than my enemies, for they are ever with me. 99 verse. It says, I have more understanding than all my teachers, for thy testimonies are my meditations. I understand more than the ancients because I have kept thy precepts, and I refrain my feet from every evil way that I may keep thy word. What that mean? Okay, that means that you have more understanding than they that were before you, right? You have more understanding than Daniel and them did. You have more understanding because you are those people coming back the same knowledge that you had back then. The Lord gave you that back and then some. You might have been because you don't know who's who. You might have been Hezekiah, or you might have been Haggai, you might have been Amos, you might have been John the Revelator, whatever, whoever you were, you come back today. You had the wisdom that you had back then, and now you have the more expounded wisdom of today. Because it says 1 John 2:20, you have an unction from the Holy One, you know all things. And it also goes on to say, Daniel's 12th chapter, many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. So you come back knowing more than you did before. Okay. Because the word does not stop. The knowledge does not stop. It says, Sirach 39:1, it says, but he that give his mind to the law of the Most High is occupied in the meditation thereof, and will seek out all the wisdom of the ancients and be occupied in prophecy. You're going to seek out the wisdom that you had before. It's like every time you come back on earth, you got to hit the reset button, like what they call that one game, Death Loop. And there's another movie that just it was not too. It was with Ryan, dude who played Deadpool. I was gonna say Ryan Gosling, but Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. He keep dying every time he keep coming back in the game. He got to restart all over, with all his tools and shit. You got to come back. I will put you in remembrance, though you once knew this. Next time you're born, you got to come back and regather all your knowledge and all that you had. And I'm going to increase you every time. Every time you come back, you knew more than you did last time. In a matter of speaking. It says, and will seek out the wisdom of the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Now, that's why you got to seek that out, because it's hidden, because it's only for you to know. It's for you, only for your eyes only. Just like your woman is only for your eyes only. Well, this truth is Sophia is like your eyes only. It's only really for you to understand. It's not for the people to understand. It's not for the average Joe to just stumble upon. It's for you to discover. The Most High said, "Knock, and I will answer." Seek and you shall find. So if it's for you, you hear that voice that's calling you. It's for you. So this is for you. Come prepare come get that which prepared for you, man. Anyway, it says Sirach 39:2. It says, he will keep the sayings of the renowned man, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. So if you're not conversant in dark parables, this was not for you. All right. He will serve amongst great men, all right, because he is one of those great men, as it says in Sirach 32 and verse 8. It says, let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words, be as one that knoweth, yet hold his tongue. If thou be amongst great men, make not thyself equal with them, and when ancient men are in place, use not many words. All right. You will be conversant, right? Scripture say, miss not the discourse of the elders, right? Well, this is you, but coming around great men. You make not yourself equal with them. You hold your time, until the time comes where you become what you're supposed to become. That's why Scripture say, exalt not yourself. Right? When ancient men are in place, use not many words. Right? So you will serve amongst great men, right? And you will appear before princes. You will travail through strange countries. For he have tried the good and evil amongst men. He will give him a heart to resort early unto the Lord that made him. Seek that creator in the days of thy youth, Ecclesiastes 12. Right? And will pray before the Most High and will open his mouth in his prayer and make supplication for his sins. When the great Lord will, he shall be filled. When the Most High wants you to, not when you decide to, but when the Lord wants you to, he will fill you, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. Right? That's why you didn't come when you were 16. It came when you were later on in life. It came when you were 20, 21, 22, 19, 27, 34. It's at the appointed time when the Lord needs you to open your eyes. Open your eyes, my son. It said he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. He shall pour out wise sentences and give thanks unto the Lord and his prayers. Yep. And he shall direct his counsel and knowledge and secrets, and his secrets shall he meditate. And he will show forth that which he have learned, and shall glory in the law of the covenant of the Lord. And many shall commend his understanding, and so long as the world endureth, it shall not be blotted out. Why? Because you keep going on doing the same things over and over. And the Lord remembers you and continues, makes you a memorial to not depart away. And his name shall live from generation to generation. Revelation 14, right? Their works do follow them. Because their legacy continues. Their legacy continues. Your name echoes throughout the ages. What these men did, the book of Acts and all these variant mighty acts that they performed, Judas, Maccabeus, Eleazar, you know what I'm saying? Dodo, and all these different biblical figures, Aaron and Moses, Paul. These things are still talked about to this day. Revelation 14:12, here's the patience of the saints. And here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of the Lord. How shall I have heard a voice from heaven saying, right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord henceforth. Yeah, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works do follow them. Okay. So it says, direct 39:9, many shall commend his understanding, and as long as the world endureth, it shall not be blotted out. Lord, keep your work in there. And his memorial shall not depart away, and his name shall live from generation to generation. There you go. Works do follow you. And they shall declare forth his wisdom, and the congregation shall declare his praise. If he die, he shall leave a greater name than 1,000. But if he live, he shall increase it. Right. So that's it. He shall be conversant, and but dark perils occupy in the wisdom of the ancients, because that's your wisdom coming back. That's that wisdom that was reserved for you to understand. Jeremiah 1:5, I called you from the womb. Before thou camest out thy mother's womb, I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Okay, so this wisdom was always there for you to come back every generation, to get it back and go and teach it. That's why it says Habakkuk. Chapter 2, I make the vision plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. What that means, that you come back in your lot and you go out there and you run that once you read it. Once you read it, you run. If you don't run, that means you're not one of the men. That was before the ancient house. You see, back then you was out there doing some nigger shit. You see, when we talk about the men of the Lord and this and that, what the men of the Lord was always doing, what the men of the Lord would do. Today, the process of elimination is who is doing what the men of the Lord would do, and fulfilling the Lord's joy. Philippians 2:2. Fulfill ye my joy. Who is doing it? It ain't the cracker. It ain't the Chinese. It ain't the Rastas. It ain't the it ain't the Selassie followers. What do they call them? Rastafari, whatever the hell. It ain't the Nature Boy cult, and it ain't the Christians. Well, it's not Whitey in Middle America. So I said, Habakkuk 2:1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I will answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon table, that he may run that read it. The Whitey reads this word. Everybody reads it. Do they run and make it plain upon tables to the people? Everybody got eyes to see it, ears to hear it. Do they? No, they don't. They have natural eyes. You know, they have scripture speak about the natural man. You know, receiving not the things of the spirit, for they are spiritually discerned. Right here it is. You got normal people. They read it. Are they running and proclaiming it? No, because it's not in them. It's not in you to do so. You know, you're not one of those ancient men that was before the house. TD Jakes and all these people. You know, Pastor Dowell. You're not one of the ancient men that was before the house. You're one of them ancient niggas, though. You know, that was perverting the gospel. You know? You're one of them. So yeah, you may look a certain way in the eyes of men. You know, you may. That's why the Most High said, "Let no man despise that youth," because you don't know who's who in the spirit. In the spirit, you don't know. You don't know until the Lord reveals it, man. The scripture say we know in part and prophesy in part, but when that which is come, we shall see all things. You know, you don't know who you were back then. You know, when you find out you was so and so, you know, you'd be like, oh, really, brother? Really? Unbelievable. Uh, sound like Karen. Unbelievable. It says First Samuel 16 verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance nor on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. Yeah, my thoughts are not your thoughts, and your ways not my ways. So, you know, when men look at you, they say, "How old are you? 20 to something." You know, there you 46. You know, really, your ass is 4,000 some years old, man. 10,000 years old, however old you are, man. But it's the spirit, because you can't destroy energy. That spirit keep coming back over and over and over. All right? So, you know, you don't really know how old you are. How old am I? Well, in this realm, I will be, you know, in my 20s, you know, but I'm really not 20 some years old, man. You know, that's in this realm. Okay. We're ancient spirits, bro. Okay. You are ancient spirits. Those of you that even 2/3, they're ancient spirits too. Ancient wicked ass spirits, man. You know, ancient demonic ass spirits that always was in rebellion. Esau is an ancient murderous ass spirit. You know, the Egyptians, the Hamites of today, you know, who they call Africans and shit. There's long necked heathens that was precedent back then. They hate you back then. They hate you today, man. You know what I mean? So we're those people of the book. You know, we come back in our lots respectively. You know, as they say, what's the word? We're coming in our respective lots. You know, as the Lord said, the lot is cast, but the fulfillment of thereof is the Lord's. Okay, man's goings of the Lord. How can a man that understand his own way? Proverbs 20 and 24. Proverbs 16 and verse 30. 32. No, 33. It says the lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is the Lord. Yeah, so your lot is in, you know, it's cast for you, but the disposing of what happens to you is of the Lord. Every step, every little step I take, you know, you will be there, right? Like Bobby Brown said. Well, every little step you take, the Lord has been with you. You know, whether or not you understand or know it. You know, from the time you came out your mama womb, or from the time you left your daddy, you know what I'm saying, reproductive organs, that from the spirit, the Lord set the spirit up from the father into your father, and then he put it in your mama birthed you, and every step of the way the Lord's there, and leaving instruction. Scripture say he seals the instruction of men, right? He seals their instruction as they sleep, right? The Most High is sealing your instruction. You know, Most High put you on a path, man, that no one can deter, lest it be His will. You know, Whitey can't do nothing about the path. Nobody could do nothing about the path, man. If the Most High wants something to happen, it will happen. Job 33 and verse 14. For the Most High speak once, yet twice, yet man perceiveth not. Who the one that perceive it? The elect perceive it. They when the Lord speaking, they say, yes, I'm hearing. The people don't hear it. The people don't perceive, right? Eyes alienated, right? Eyes darkened, I should say, that they should see not, right? In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumbers upon the bed. 16th verse. Then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from men. What that mean? That it's not in your hands to do anything, right? The Most High withdraws man from their purpose because he put his purpose in you. When you think, oh well, I'm gonna do this, the Lord turn around and do something else because his purpose will be fulfilled, right? It might have been Pharaoh's intention to let you go. They might have said, yeah, in his head, no, the Lord said, I'm going to harden your heart. So you ain't going to let my people go. Until I decide that your damn Hamite ass is going to let my people go. Until I say so, then you could release them. So then I could turn around and destroy you. And when I open up this ocean and swallow your ass up in it and send these plagues on you. It wasn't on Pharaoh time. It was the Lord's time. So, when Jake say, oh, where's the microchip? Why he didn't come? Well, because the Lord didn't say give the green light for the microchip to be implemented yet. You gotta wait, man. You gotta wait. You gotta wait, bro. We all working on the Lord's time here, man. Okay, so it says the Most High opened the ears of men and seals their instructions. So Esau's being revved up to destroy you niggas that be of the 2/3. The Lord's revving this devil up against you, man. As he's stirring up the sons of Zion against the sons of Greece. He's stirring up the election, the aristocracy of his people against these devils, man. The Lord has incensed us, meaning put a fire on you against these devils. It says, Zechariah 9 and verse 12, turn you to the stronghold, you prisoners of hope. Even today I will declare that I will render double unto thee, when I have bent Judah for me, and filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as a sword of a mighty man. That's right. So we have been made as a sword and a mighty of a mighty man in the Lord's hands. He said, I will make you a new sharp instrument having teeth. Isaiah 41. And with thee you shall tread the people. Behold, I make you a new sharp instrument having teeth. Isaiah 41:15. It says, behold, I will make thee a new sharp instrument having teeth, and thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and thou shalt make the hills chaff, and thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. All right. When you put your hands on these devils, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna fan these devils, all right? And the wind shall carry them, the nuclear wind, and the whirlwind shall scatter them about. All right, so the Lord gonna finish them off. And thou shalt rejoice in the Lord and shall glory in the Holy One of Israel, man. When the poor and needy seek water, there is none, their tongue filleth for thirst. I, the Lord, will hear them, and out of the Lord power of Israel will not forsake them. All right. So the scripture say that the virgins shall faint for thirst, looking for shepherds, having none. And Amos 8. All right. They shall they shall wander from sea to sea, seeking the word of the Lord and not be able to find them. Right. The poor and needy seeking water. Right. There's none, in their tongue fail for thirst. For the Lord will hear them, and the Lord power will not forsake them. Okay. The Lord opened up rivers in high places and fountains in the midst of the valleys. That's the doors of mercy being opened right now. Okay. Onto his people. It says that they may see and consider and understand together that the hand of the Lord have done this. The remnant shall understand, right? Only the none of the wicked shall understand, but the elect shall understand, right? And the Holy One of Israel have created it. Produce your cause, said the Lord, power. Bring forth your strong reason, and say the King of Jacob, man. All right, and the ancients before the house, man, have their strong reasonings for believing in this truth, man. What's the reason? Is the Lord put the Spirit on you, man. Okay, the Most High have given you the special gift of faith. Okay, Sirach, Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 14, to the eunuch. Blessed be the eunuch which is with his hands have wrought no iniquity. To him shall be given that special gift of faith, man. So, so yeah, next time, you how old am I? You don't know how old you are, bro. We're gonna find out though. In this lifetime, you might have been, 40 or 30 or whatever, how old you are. But your spirit is that of an ancient spirit, man. Okay. So yeah, with that, a Kahalayim Lai Hawa Hashem. Hamashiach Yahushua belongs to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Okay. And peace and salutations to the ancient men and women before the house. All right. So with that, shalom. Shalom.